zoom in on them, whatever you need. Facts on the Constitution. It could be constitutional powers. Things from the articles. Could be stuff from the federalism chapter.
It could be stuff that you cannot use or
could be stuff that you could not use in court. Yeah, I can say that. Stuff that we've talked about in class. Stuff that we've talked about in class. Okay, about 30 seconds in, you should have 8 things written down right now.
oh yeah.
Got about a minute. Facts about the Constitution. This is the smart book, right? Yeah. Definitely, I think. It's the smart group. Facts about the Constitution. Got about 30 seconds left. You should have 12 things written down. James is brimming with confidence. About 20 seconds. All right, 5, 3, 1. All right, let's stop right there. Alex's group, let me start with you. Alex's group, give me a fact about the Constitution. And anybody in the group can say it.
Where's the third word? Oh, the Constitution, you said?
Constitution. Go ahead, Alex's group.
The preamble is part of the Constitution.
The preamble is part of the Constitution. What is the preamble?
It's the beginning of the Constitution.
And what does it really do?
I don't know.
Anybody in the group, what does it do? The preamble is the beginning. 5.
Can we take it if we know the answer?
Shame on y'all. 4. Anything with the preamble. 3. What's that? Lays out the foundation. Yeah, it does. It's like an introduction to the Constitution. The preamble in the introduction has no legal significance whatsoever. Thank you. Fernando's group, give me a fact.
Article 1 deals with the legislative.
Article 1 deals with the legislative branch. Vivian's group, give me a fact.
Article 3 talks about the Supreme Court.
Article 3 talks about the judiciary, in particular the Supreme Court. Jay's group, give me a fact.
Article 2, executive.
Article 2 lays out the executive. Sarah's group, give me a fact.
That Congress has the right to make declarations of war.
Congress does have the power to declare war. Excellent. Give me a fact, Alex's group. No pressure.
It explains the powers, the limits of powers that the executive branch has.
Go ahead. Can you give me an example of an executive power or an example of something the president cannot do?
They can veto a law.
President can veto a law. That's exactly right. Go ahead. Fernando's group.
My group. The Constitution lays out the checks and balances from one branch of government to another.
What is a check and a balance?
Their inability to attain too much power and have complete control over the other 2 branches.
Okay, so you got 3 branches of government, and checks and balances basically says that you're going to have the ability to stop the other 2 branches from gaining too much power and the ability to defend your own. Can you give me an example of a check and a balance? Anybody in the group?
The veto.
Actually, the veto is. Yeah, thank you very much. Vivian's group, give me a fact. What's that? What about the Bill of Rights? What is the Bill of Rights? 5. What's the Bill of Rights?
It's like the first 10 of the
It is. It's the first 10 amendments of the United States Constitution. James Group, give me a fact.
Each branch has their responsibilities, like legislative branch and executive and a judicial one. Each one has their own responsibilities, and they are limited to their
Okay,
own.
what's that called? Because that's important.
What's it called? What do you
Yeah, when each one has their own specific powers and responsibilities laid out in the Constitution, what is that called?
The division
5.
of power.
You're close. There's a specific term. 4.
Yeah,
You're on 2.
no, checks and balances are like whenever.
You're really close to it now. 3.
Can we change it?
No, talked about it at the same time as checks and balances. 2. What's that called? 1. Looks like y'all are out. Sorry about that. What is that called?
Is it separation of
It
powers?
is called separation of powers. Yes, it is. Separation of powers. Alex's group, give me a fact. Checks and separation, 2 big deals. Go ahead, give me a fact.
The legislative branch can override a president's veto.
Say again.
The legislative branch can override a president's veto.
The legislative branch can override the executive veto with what?
A majority vote.
5.
2/3.
2/3 vote. Go ahead. Fernando's group.
Oh, under the Bill of Rights, the Fifth Amendment deals with freedom of speech.
What's that again?
Freedom of speech.
Which amendment?
Fifth.
The 5th Amendment deals with freedom of speech. That's not right. Ooh, Fernando. The 1st Amendment deals with freedom of speech.
Say that I was gonna guess.
Bivens group, give me a fact. This is getting tense now. Gotta go, gotta go.
Federalism,
What is federalism?
like
Quiet down, folks. A little bit louder.
the states have power to like make their own laws.
Okay. The states have powers to make their own laws.
The federal government has its power.
Yes.
The states have it too, and it like. I don't know.
5.
Federalism says, you just said the federal government has its power and the state governments have their powers. So what does that really mean? Because what you said is right. What is federalism in its most basic form?
Each state's independent.
5,
Each state's independent.
4, 3,
State is independent.
2.
That's what I said. Each state has the power to like make their own laws. It's independent. It's not like
It's independent from the
federal
federal government.
1. Okay, y'all are out. Bivens group. Federalism is the idea that more than one group, more than one government is going to be ruling you at the same time. You mentioned federal, you mentioned states. Local. Sarah's group, give me a fact.
Okay, when states make something a law, the federal government can always, or the Constitution always wins over state governments through the supremacy clause.
Supremacy clause means that the federal government wins over conflicting state laws. Alex's group, give me a fact.
The Second Amendment allows you to bear arms.
It does. We haven't talked about that, but it does. Go ahead, Sarah's group.
All right, Article 3, Section 3 is about treason. We talked about that with Texas trying to separate from the United States.
You know what? I'll go with that. That's a little bit, but yeah, I'll go with that. Alex's group, give me a fact, because secession is effectively kind of treason. 5.
The Fifth Amendment is there so you don't have to testify against yourself.
The 5th Amendment does deal with freedom against self-incrimination. I've mentioned that. Sarah's group, give me a fact.
This amendment also deals with habeas corpus, and the president does not have the right to suspend habeas corpus unless the country is under attack from
Does the 5th Amendment deal with habeas corpus?
let's see here.
Uh-oh. 5, 4, 3,
You're counting too fast.
2, 1. Article 5. Yeah, y'all are out. Alex's group, give me a paper that says +5. Write all your names. Sarah's group, give me a paper that says +3 and give me all of your names.